Welcome to the Bearded Bama Bushcrafter. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Wanted to talk real quick. I just want to talk about something that you do in bushcrafting, camping, outdoors, splitting firewood. I have two pieces of different types of oak here. This is red oak, Quercus rubra, and this is a piece of white oak that I have sawn in half. This is Quercus alba. Talk about splitting wood. If you ever split wood, you'll learn pretty quick that that is a good way to break a sweat and warm up. But what I wanted to talk about for a few minutes here was batoning. If you have a camp set up, a base camp, basically like I do here with the shelter, you know, you have a lot of things here, materials. I like a machete. I think I've spoke about this in the past, especially here in the southeast. Machete is a tool that I say is more handier than a small camp axe or a hatchet. If you ever get into the woods here and you get into one of these swamps or low areas, you'll be wishing pretty quick that you have a machete on you. And a good way to split wood, you know, splitting wood it's really quite simple. I mean, you know, when you have your hatchet or your axe, you're having to kind of aim and hit it. And that can be kind of dangerous at times because you can miss, boom, boom, bam, if you're not paying attention, and then have a very bad cut on your leg, and you don't want that. But with batoning methods, this is an old piece of oak. It's dried out, starting to split, so this may break on me, but it's still got some good weight. Batoning is real easy, and you can control your swing and be more accurate. Look at that. Boom, like butter. It's a lot safer and doesn't burn as much energy. Make you some good small pieces of kindling. This is good for my little wood burning stove that I have inside the shelter. These little pieces. And that's real quick work of that piece of white oak. Split it one more time here. I like this method a lot better. It's safer, that's for sure. Now this red oak, I do believe, is a little denser than the white oak. It's funny how wood is. I think the most dense wood here in the southeast is ironwood. And it is really, I mean, the outside of it is fluted. It doesn't really have bark. It does have bark, but it's so tight. It you know, if you notice, the denser the wood, the tighter the bark is. If you look at the difference here, let me get a little closer. On the red oak, it is real tight bark. And then you get to the white oak, it's flaky. Kind of like shagbark hickory. And this wood, now don't get me wrong, white oak is dense. But it's not as dense as this piece of red oak. Now this piece would be harder to split due to this knot where this limb was. And if you look, it's kind of curved, so the grain is going to be not as straight as that piece of white oak was. And if you take this and set it up here, let's see what we can do with it. You'll see that this takes quite a bit more effort to split. See that right there? That didn't even do anything to it. But I'm going to flip it over, put the knot on the bottom, See how it's got that twist, that really gnarly look to it? That's going to make this wood harder to split. Look at the difference in the grain. Red oak versus the white oak. Now this red oak makes excellent firewood. And it's amazing how wood has a different texture and the smell. That red oak has a real strong smell to it. See right here, this knot, this old limb, this wood is harder to split and it'll work you more. But if you think about it like this, and it's cold out, splitting wood warms you up. Working and getting your wood ready for fire. Let's look at this real quick. Look how twisted that is. Now that split easier. Now this is going to take some effort to split that. And I've got some other wood here. This was, I believe this was some old sweet gum. Now you talk about a piece of wood. When it's green, sweet gum is like rubber. You get it dry a little bit, it's easier to split, but that doesn't make it easy to split. It is easier. You understand what I'm saying there. So I thought I would talk about this for a minute. On batoning, I really like to baton when I am working wood. Makes it easier, make it safer. You don't exert as much energy when you're swinging that axe with that maul. You know, the overhead action. Now that's a good workout, and I do incorporate that. Splitting wood is when I can get a bunch of firewood. I like to cut it myself, and I love to split it with a maul. That's a real good form of exercise. You don't need a gym. You don't need a bunch of weights. Just get you an 8-pound maul and a pile of wood and a lighter axe, and I promise you, you will get a good workout in. All right, here's some stuff to think about. Thought I'd share it with you today. Hope everyone's doing well, and see you later on down the road. Y'all take care.